A lot of times I open up my presentations and I ask the audience this one question. How many of you are here because you need more stuff to do? And it's funny because everybody, essentially they laugh. Because nobody needs more stuff to do. Everybody these days is busy. And so today I want to talk about how to get less busy, maybe stop being overwhelmed, and some things that you can focus on instead of all the stuff. Yesterday I read this article, and it was about sort of how today's society, people are really flaky. And it's a lot to do with technology and just sort of the way that we interact with each other. Think about, you've got a Facebook event, and it's very common for people to put, maybe I'll attend. Or you invite people to a dinner party or a party, and they say, maybe I'll be there, and out of 10 people, 5 people show up. Or you are going to go for coffee or dinner with somebody, and before that they go, hey, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to make it, something's come up. And it's very, very normal these days for people to do that, to flake out on you. And we've accepted that as normal behavior for the most part. And most of the time, the reason people give why they can't make it is they're just busy. Everybody's so busy, and it's almost become a badge of honor or a sense of pride to say who can be the busiest, who's got it the worst. And so today, that's kind of what I'm looking at here, is that what is everybody really busy doing? And when we start to break it down, when I work with people, it's usually most of the stuff we're doing is just that. It's just stuff. We've just continued to pile on things on top of things. And often when I do coaching or training, people start to add more and more to their plate. And then the goal is now, let's strip it all away and bring it back to the basics. Let's do some fundamental things so we don't have to be busy all the time. That the things that we're doing are leading us towards our goals. Because there's 3 things you're going to be worried about is how well am I running my business? How much how much time do I get to spend in building my relationships with my loved ones, my friends, my colleagues, and how much time do I have for myself? And it can get really overwhelming to try and do all of this stuff. So here's an easy tip that I'll give you. Back in the beginning of time, it was much easier. All you had to do was get up in the morning, don't die, and just feed the people around you. That was it. Since then, it's got really complicated, right? We have like nobody liked my Facebook post, or they didn't respond to my email, or they're not answering my calls, or I've got to send out this report, or people are trying to get my attention or my money, or all this stuff. At the end of the day, it's like, did you get up, not die, and then make some other choices throughout the day? So all I'm asking you to do is make a checklist, put it up on your wall, have a little box, and then right beside it, just don't die. And then when you check that off in the morning that you didn't die, everything else from there is just choices that you make throughout the day. Whether you want to work on your business, work on your relationships, work on yourself, stop doing any of that. What's the worst that's going to happen if you stop doing some of this stuff? The other thing you can do is, rather than a to-do list, make a to-don't list. Stuff that you maybe should stop doing. Maybe we should stop wasting time on these types of things. Maybe we don't really like it when this happens, so eliminate that, right? We keep trying to add more and more and more, and we get stressed and overwhelmed, right? And in a sales process, it's really simple. Somebody over here has some money, and you're over here with the thing, and all you need to do is help them understand that they want this thing and get the money. It's simple. Everything else in between is some complexity and process and psychology that you can learn. But if your choice is to build something cool so that people will buy it, everything else is just moving them towards a decision and a bunch of stuff that you've got to do. Our job is to figure out what's the best stuff to do to make that happen. So remember, get up each day, don't die, make some other choices. And if you're smart, have a plan the day before, right? There's all sorts of ways that we can overcomplicate this, but it can get really fun when you take back control of your calendar, your life, your relationships, and realize that the person who seems the busiest might not actually be getting much done. What you want to do is emulate the people who are super successful, who have free time, who have healthy relationships, who are healthy themselves, and their business is flourishing because they've learned how to leverage their time, and they've learned how to do the things that make sense and get rid of the stuff that doesn't. So I urge you to take a look at all of the stuff that you're doing each day and going, why am I doing this? And then also be happy with the fact that you're alive and that being overwhelmed is a choice. If you don't want to be overwhelmed, simplify everything, get rid of all of it. So that's my suggestion to you today. I hope that helps, and I hope that by setting your mindset in this way, you start to see that, yeah, it's great to add more ideas and more things, but it's also okay and normal at the same time to feel overwhelmed. But you get to choose what's the stuff you're going to do and what's the stuff you're not going to do. So I hope that helps. I'm going to post a link to that article I mentioned below. If you have questions, feel free to contact me, leave your comments, and I look forward to hearing from you.